Hello, I'm Anand Gopalakrishnan. Guess we're all pressurized with the checkpoint exam round the corner. Let's lighten up that burden by talking a little bit more about pressure. This time on Checkpoint Science Physics in 5 minutes. So what is pressure? It's basically a measure of the force exerted by an object per unit area of surface and is characterized by the relation pressure is equal to force divided by area. The unit for pressure is the Pascal. 1 Pascal is equivalent to 1 Newton of force being exerted over an area of 1 square meter. Pressure can be represented in other units such as newtons per square meter, newtons per square centimeter, or newtons per square millimeter. But how does a solid object exert pressure anyway? Well, weight is a force of gravity that acts on an object, pulling it towards the center of the earth. When a solid object is resting on a surface, the object pushes on the surface with a force equal to that of its weight, and thus exerts pressure on the surface. Here are some of the ways we use pressure in everyday life. When people wear skis, the force due to their weight acts over a much larger area. This reduces the pressure on the soft surface of the snow and allows the skier to slide over it without sinking. The edge of a sharp knife blade has a very small area. This creates a higher pressure which helps us to cut things easily. When you push a pin into a board, the force of your thumb is spread out over the broad head of the pin, so the low pressure does not hurt you. The same force, however, acts at the tiny area of the pinpoint. The high pressure at the pinpoint forces the pin into the board. Besides these examples, sports boots have studs on their soles. They reduce the area of contact between your feet and the ground. This increases your grip to the turf and helps you to run without slipping while you play. Well, what about pressure in liquids? Well, liquids exert pressure in all directions, and fluid pressure increases with the depth of the liquid. Anyone who has gone swimming or scuba diving would know this. This is the reason dams have a thicker wall at the base of their structure. It helps to support the high pressure at the bottom of the reservoir. But what are hydraulics? Liquids cannot be compressed. When pressure is applied on a liquid, it will transmit the pressure to all parts of the container with equal strength. Hydraulics use this property of liquids to act as force multipliers. They transmit a small force applied in one area to a large force applied somewhere else. Hydraulics are used in the car's brake pedal. The brake fluid pushes the brake cylinders, which rub against the wheels, stopping the car. The atmosphere exerts pressure on the surface of the earth. Atmospheric pressure at sea level on earth is equal to 101,325 pascals or 760 millimeters of mercury. We are not crushed by this extremely large pressure since the pressure of our blood, which flows throughout our body, is able to counteract and balance the atmospheric pressure. Here are a few ways where we have encountered gas pressure acting in real life. The middle ear is connected to the throat by the eustachian tubes. When you ride up a hill, the pressure outside decreases. The imbalance of pressure between the middle ear and the outside causes the eardrum to push outwards. When you swallow, the pressure equalizes and the eardrum pops back into place. When you use a plunger and stick it to a surface, it deforms and pushes some air out from under the cup, creating a lower pressure inside the cup. The pressure inside the cup is lower than the pressure outside. The higher pressure outside holds the cup of the plunger in place. Aerosol cans are filled with a gas at a higher pressure than air pressure, along with the liquid. When the nozzle is pressed, the high pressure gas forces the liquid up a tube into the nozzle, where it forms a fine spray of droplets. In a hovercraft, the large propellers force air from above the craft under the skirt. The high pressure created under the skirt pushes the craft upward. The spinning propellers also replace the air that is lost from under the skirt. Here is the reference material for this video. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe.